The state of Alabama occupies a vital place in the historical, cultural, and political development of the United States. Located in the southeastern region of the country, Alabama has played a central role in events that shaped the nation, including the expansion of slavery, the Civil War, Reconstruction, and the Civil Rights Movement. Beyond its historical importance, Alabama is also known for its diverse geography, strong cultural traditions, evolving economy, and complex social landscape. This paper provides a comprehensive examination of Alabama, exploring its geography, early history, political development, economic transformation, cultural identity, and modern challenges. Understanding Alabama offers valuable insight into both the American South and the broader national story. Alabama is bordered by Tennessee to the north, Georgia to the east, Florida and the Gulf of Mexico to the south, and Mississippi to the west. Despite being only the 30th largest state by land area, Alabama possesses a wide range of physical landscapes. The northern portion of the state includes foothills of the Appalachian Mountains and the Tennessee River Valley, while central Alabama contains rolling hills and fertile farmland. Southern Alabama transitions into coastal plains and wetlands that lead to the Gulf Coast. One of the most significant geographic regions is the Black Belt, a crescent-shaped area of dark, fertile soil that proved ideal for cotton cultivation. This region heavily influenced Alabama's agricultural economy and demographic patterns, particularly during the era of slavery. Climate. Alabama experiences a humid subtropical climate, characterized by hot summers, mild winters, and abundant rainfall. Thunderstorms are common, especially in spring and summer, and the state lies within a region often affected by tornadoes. Coastal areas are occasionally impacted by hurricanes from the Gulf of Mexico. While the climate supports agriculture and forestry, it also presents challenges related to natural disasters. Indigenous peoples and early inhabitants. Before European colonization, Alabama was home to numerous Native American tribes, including the Creek, Muskogee, Cherokee, Choctaw, and Chickasaw. These societies practiced agriculture, hunted game, and maintained complex social and political systems. They built towns, traded extensively, and adapted skillfully to Alabama's varied environments. European settlement dramatically altered Native American life. The passage of the Indian Removal Act of 1830 led to the forced relocation of thousands of indigenous people to territories west of the Mississippi River. This tragic displacement, known as the Trail of Tears, resulted in widespread suffering and death and permanently reshaped Alabama's population and land ownership. European exploration and settlement. Colonial influence. Spanish explorers were the first Europeans to reach present-day Alabama in the 16th century, followed later by French and British colonial powers. The French established early settlements near Mobile, making it one of the oldest European-founded cities in the United States. Control of the region changed hands several times before Alabama became part of the United States following the American Revolution. Path to statehood. Alabama became part of the Mississippi Territory in 1798 and achieved statehood on December 14, 1819. Rapid population growth followed, driven largely by settlers seeking farmland. Cotton production quickly became the dominant economic activity, leading to the widespread use of enslaved African labor. Slavery and the antebellum era. By the early 19th century, Alabama had developed into a major slave-holding state. Enslaved Africans were forced to work on cotton plantations, particularly in the Black Belt region. Cotton exports fueled Alabama's economy and linked it directly to global markets, but this prosperity was built on systemic violence and exploitation. Social and political life during this period was deeply shaped by racial hierarchy. Laws denied enslaved people basic human rights, while wealthy plantation owners wielded significant political power. These conditions set the stage for Alabama's role in the Civil War. The Civil War and Reconstruction. Secession and War. In January 1861, Alabama seceded from the Union and joined the Confederate States of America. Montgomery served as the Confederacy's first capital, underscoring the state's importance to the Southern cause. Although few major battles were fought in Alabama, the war devastated its economy and infrastructure. Reconstruction era. Following the Confederate defeat, Alabama entered the period of Reconstruction. Slavery was abolished, and constitutional amendments granted African American citizenship and voting rights. For a brief time, Black Alabamians held political office and gained access to education. However, Reconstruction was short-lived. By the late 19th century, white supremacist laws, violence, and voter suppression dismantled many of these gains. Jim Crow laws enforced racial segregation and disenfranchised African Americans for decades. During the mid-20th century, Alabama became a focal point of the civil rights movement. Activists challenged segregation and racial injustice through protests, boycotts, and legal action. Events in Alabama drew national and international attention. Notable moments include the Montgomery bus boycott, 1955 to 1956, sparked by Rosa Parks, and the Birmingham campaign, 1963, during which images of police brutality shocked the nation. The Selma to Montgomery marches in 1965 played a key role in the passage of the Voting Rights Act. Impact and legacy. The civil rights movement profoundly transformed Alabama and the United States. Legal segregation was dismantled, and federal protections for voting rights were strengthened. Despite this progress, the struggle for racial equality continues to shape Alabama's social and political landscape. Alabama operates under a state constitution, one of the longest in the world. The government consists of three branches: executive, legislative, and judicial. The governor serves as the chief executive, while the legislature is divided into a House of Representatives and a Senate. Politically, Alabama has shifted over time. Once dominated by Democrats during the segregation era, the state became increasingly Republican in the late 20th and early 21st centuries. Contemporary politics often emphasize conservative values, limited government, and states' rights. Economic development. Historically, Alabama's economy relied on agriculture, particularly cotton, as well as timber and mining. Birmingham emerged as a major industrial center due to its iron and steel production, earning the nickname the Pittsburgh of the South. In recent decades, Alabama has diversified its economy. Automobile manufacturers such as Mercedes-Benz, Honda, and Hyundai operate major facilities in the state. Huntsville has become a hub for aerospace and defense industries, while Mobile supports shipbuilding and international trade. Despite economic growth, disparities remain. Rural areas and historically marginalized communities often face higher poverty rates and limited access to resources. Public education in Alabama includes K-12 schools and a network of colleges and universities. The state is home to major institutions such as the University of Alabama, Auburn University, and University of Alabama at Birmingham. Historically black colleges and universities, HBCUs, including Tuskegee University and Alabama State University, have played a critical role in expanding educational opportunities for African Americans and continue to contribute significantly to the state's intellectual and cultural life. Alabama culture reflects strong Southern traditions, including hospitality, religious faith, and close-knit communities. Christianity, particularly Protestant denominations, has a powerful influence on social life and politics. Alabama cuisine is deeply rooted in Southern cooking, featuring dishes such as fried chicken, barbecue, cornbread, and pecan pie. The state has also made major contributions to American music, influencing blues, gospel, country, and rock genres. College football holds a central place in Alabama culture. The rivalry between the University of Alabama Crimson Tide and the Auburn University Tigers is among the most intense in American sports. Outdoor recreation, including fishing, hunting, and beach tourism, is also popular. Alabama continues to face challenges related to education quality, healthcare access, economic inequality, and racial disparities. At the same time, investments in technology, manufacturing, and tourism present opportunities for growth and modernization. Balancing tradition with progress remains a defining issue for the state. Alabama's story is one of complexity, resilience, and transformation. From its indigenous roots and agricultural beginnings to its central role in national struggles over freedom and equality, Alabama reflects the broader American experience. While the state continues to confront significant social and economic challenges, it also possesses deep cultural richness and potential for future development. Studying Alabama provides a deeper understanding of the American South and the ongoing effort to build a more just and inclusive society. Alabama, commonly known as the Heart of Dixie, is a state located in the southeastern region of the United States with a rich and complex history, diverse geography, and deeply rooted cultural traditions. The state has played a significant role in the political, economic, and social development of the nation. From its early indigenous civilizations and European colonization to its central position in the civil rights movement and its modern economic growth, Alabama's story reflects both struggle and progress. Its natural landscapes, distinctive cuisine, historic cities, and resilient people contribute to a unique identity that continues to shape the state today. Long before European explorers arrived, the land that would become Alabama was home to thriving Native American societies. Tribes such as the Creek, Cherokee, Choctaw, and Chickasaw established permanent settlements, developed systems of governance, and cultivated crops including corn, beans, and squash. These indigenous peoples maintained complex trade networks and cultural traditions that lasted for centuries. Their presence shaped the region's early history and left a lasting imprint on Alabama's cultural heritage. European exploration of Alabama began in the 16th century when Spanish explorer Hernando de Soto passed through the region. In the early 18th century, the French established Mobile in 1702, making it one of the oldest European settlements in what is now the United States. Control of Alabama changed hands several times between France, Britain, and Spain before the territory eventually became part of the United States following the American Revolution. These colonial influences contributed to Alabama's early development and cultural diversity. Alabama became the 22nd state of the United States in 1819. During the antebellum period, the state's fertile soil supported the rapid expansion of cotton farming. Cotton quickly became the foundation of Alabama's economy, generating wealth for plantation owners while relying heavily on the labor of enslaved African Americans. Slavery shaped the social, political, and economic structures of the state, creating deep inequalities that would have long-lasting effects. In 1861, Alabama seceded from the Union and joined the Confederate States of America. Montgomery served as the first capital of the Confederacy, highlighting Alabama's importance during the Civil War. The war brought widespread destruction to the state, damaging farms, cities, and infrastructure. After the Confederacy's defeat, Alabama entered the Reconstruction era, a period marked by federal oversight, political change, and resistance from white supremacist groups. Although African Americans briefly gained political representation, discriminatory laws and practices soon limited their rights. During the 20th century, Alabama became a major center of the civil rights movement. Events such as the Montgomery bus boycott, the Birmingham campaign, and the Selma to Montgomery marches drew national and international attention to racial injustice in the United States. Leaders like Martin Luther King Jr., Rosa Parks, and John Lewis played crucial roles in challenging segregation and discrimination. These efforts contributed to the passage of landmark legislation, including the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the Voting Rights Act of 1965. In recent decades, Alabama has continued to evolve. The state has diversified its economy beyond agriculture, investing in manufacturing, aerospace, healthcare, and technology. While challenges such as poverty and educational inequality persist, Alabama's modern history reflects ongoing efforts toward growth and social change. Geography and natural features. Alabama's geography is diverse and plays a significant role in the state's economy and way of life. The state is bordered by Tennessee to the north, Georgia to the east, Florida and the Gulf of Mexico to the south, and Mississippi to the west. This location gives Alabama access to coastal areas, fertile plains, rolling hills, and mountainous regions. Northern Alabama is characterized by the Appalachian Plateau and the Tennessee Valley, where mountains and ridges shape the landscape. Central Alabama includes the Black Belt, a region known for its dark, fertile soil that once supported extensive cotton farming. Southern Alabama is part of the coastal plain, which stretches to the Gulf of Mexico and features flat land, wetlands, and sandy beaches. Alabama is known for its extensive river systems, including the Tennessee, Alabama, Coosa, and Tombigbee rivers. These waterways have historically supported trade, transportation, and industry. The state also has more forested land than many other states, with forests covering roughly 2/3 of its total area. This abundance of natural resources supports the timber industry and contributes to Alabama's rich biodiversity. The state's climate is humid subtropical, with hot summers, mild winters, and frequent rainfall. Severe weather, including thunderstorms and tornadoes, is relatively common, particularly in the northern and central regions. Despite these challenges, Alabama's natural environment supports agriculture, outdoor recreation, and tourism. Culture and traditions. Alabama's culture is deeply influenced by Southern traditions and values. Hospitality, respect, family connections, and community involvement are central to daily life. Religion plays an important role, with Christianity, particularly Baptist and Methodist denominations, shaping social norms and community activities throughout the state. Music is one of Alabama's most significant cultural contributions. The state has produced influential musicians in blues, country, soul, and rock. Artists such as W.C. Handy, Hank Williams, and Lionel Richie have roots in Alabama. The Muscle Shoals area gained international recognition for its recording studios, where legendary musicians created iconic songs that shaped modern music. Sports are also an important aspect of Alabama's culture, especially college football. The rivalry between the University of Alabama and Auburn University is one of the most intense in American sports and unites communities across the state. Game days are major social events that bring families and friends together. Food and culinary heritage. Alabama's food reflects its agricultural history and Southern roots. Traditional dishes often include fried chicken, collard greens, cornbread, black-eyed peas, and biscuits. These foods originated from a combination of Native American, African, and European influences and have been passed down through generations. Barbecue is a defining feature of Alabama's cuisine. The state is particularly known for its white barbecue sauce, a mayonnaise-based sauce typically served with smoked chicken. Regional variations in barbecue reflect local traditions and preferences. Along the Gulf Coast, seafood plays a central role in the local diet. Shrimp, oysters, crab, and fish are commonly prepared fried, grilled, or incorporated into stews and gumbo. In recent years, Alabama's food scene has grown more diverse, with chefs blending traditional Southern flavors with modern culinary techniques. Major cities of Alabama. Montgomery, the state capital, is one of Alabama's most historically significant cities. It served as the first capital of the Confederacy and later became a center of the civil rights movement. Today, Montgomery is home to important landmarks such as the Alabama State Capitol and several civil rights museums. Birmingham is the largest city in Alabama and was once a major industrial center. The city played a critical role in the civil rights movement and has since transformed into a hub for healthcare, education, and business. Birmingham is also known for its vibrant arts and dining scenes. Mobile, Alabama's oldest city, is a major port on the Gulf of Mexico. Founded in 1702, Mobile has a strong French and Spanish heritage and is famous for hosting the oldest Mardi Gras celebrations in the United States. Huntsville, located in northern Alabama, is a center for science and technology and is home to NASA's Marshall Space Flight Center. College towns such as Tuscaloosa and Auburn are strongly influenced by their universities. These cities contribute to Alabama's educational, cultural, and athletic life, particularly through college sports. Alabama's population is diverse and shaped by a complex history. African Americans make up a significant portion of the population, reflecting the state's legacy of slavery and segregation. In recent years, Hispanic and immigrant communities have continued to grow, adding to Alabama's cultural diversity. The people of Alabama are often described as resilient, friendly, and deeply connected to their communities. Family gatherings, church events, and local festivals play a central role in social life. Despite economic and social challenges, many Alabamians take pride in their heritage and work toward improving their communities. Alabama is a state defined by its rich history, varied geography, and strong cultural traditions. Its past includes moments of hardship and injustice, as well as powerful movements for change and progress. From its indigenous roots and role in the civil rights movement to its natural beauty and modern economic development, Alabama remains an important part of the American story. Understanding Alabama means appreciating its struggles, celebrating its contributions, and recognizing the enduring strength of its people. Thank you for watching this video.